The Parramatta Eels back at home and looking for a victory. There are some shark intruders tonight, though, at Parramatta Stadium. Here's the Eels lineup. Jared Hayne has missed out on Origin selection, but he's available for Parramatta. That's the good news for the Eels. They have some changes, though, to their side. Chris Walker comes into the 17, as does Anthony Mitchell and also Matthew Keating. Their coach is Stephen Kearney. As far as the Sharks are concerned, they're without some of their heavyweights in Cade Snowden and also Paul Gallen. But the good news is they are 1 through 17. Their coach is Shane Flanagan. Our referees tonight, Jason Robinson and Alan Shortall. 150 games plus now for Jason Robinson. Experienced of the two in this one. And the boys are in a good mood by the looks of things. They're underway. Luke Burr supplies the kickoff. It'll bounce down to Wade Graham. He'll give it to Josh Cordoba, who all but lost it on play number 1. The former Eel only just hanging on to it. It hit pretty well in the end to knock it on the first few seconds of the game. Here is Matthew Wright. The player just outside the 20 for Cronulla. They work it forward through Luke Douglas, playing game number 132 tonight consecutively. Good run by Talima Tautai, another of the former Eels in this side here tonight. Porter, kick from his own side of halfway. It'll hit the turf and then bounce up to be taken there by Jordan Atkins, who will bring it back out towards the 20 for the Eels after a nervous opening play. A solid set of 6 from the Sharks to get this one underway. Chris Walker.
Yeah, one part of the Sharks game that does improve having Scott Porter out there is the kicking game. A terrific kicker of the football. He found ground then. The back 3 will have plenty of work to do from the Parramatta Eels.
They have it just inside their 30. Play it there through Loco. Here is Shackleton. Certainly warmed into this season. The longer it has gone, of course, in return for a serious leg injury last year. Play it here for Hayne. Newly shaved head at dummy half, and he feeds it. Goes away. The kick from Casey McGuire, and coming onto it, Isaac Gordon made a nice catch. He had some territory to cover. He brings it back out just beyond the 30 with a bit of tape. You can see just poking below the shorts there on his left thigh. The club said for the kickoff tonight he has the worst cork they've ever seen as far as bruising goes, but it hasn't affected him as far as his preparation for this game here tonight.
No, I like the way they attack that football. In the back 3, they need to be catching the balls on the full to limit the metres of the opposition. Anthony Tupou, he needs to have a big game tonight for this Sharks outfit. No Snowden, no Gallant. They'll look to their experienced players as Douglas once again carries the ball over the advantage line.
Well, one more play just from 35 metres away. The second set of 6 in the game. Porter puts it up. Plenty of height on the bomb. Bird standing underneath it. So is Jared Hayne, who made a very nice catch under some pressure there from Pomeroy, who gives away a penalty.
You flopped in and you pulled his leg, slowing it down.
A little leg pull and a flop, according to Jason Robinson. And the Eels will get the chance to kick the line.
It'll be interesting to see how Jared Hayne approaches this game. There was some criticism through the week about his positional play, in particular defence. No try-saving tackles from the Eels fullback this year yet. Watch him on the return of the kick, see if he gets himself in good position.
I also think with Jared Hayne, it's about his position when the team has the football. So his support play, presenting himself in the line. He needs to work a little bit harder on working for others.
Ben Smith looking for a fast play with ball. Now Mitchell getting out of dummy half, going across to McGuire. Here's Hayne putting a step on Porter. The defence on that right-hand side with Wade Graham, the 5'8", back on the left-hand side of the Sharks defensive line. Moi. Spoke about his carries and his metres, which have been good so far this season, but he hasn't had quite the same tackle-busting prowess that he's shown in recent seasons. Now they play. The last, they'll kick through Robson. Down a narrow, short side. It'll bounce into touch. Gordon was making sure of that. He was perched over the line with a foot either side of it. And the Sharks will have the scrum feed 10 out from their own line. Just a kick for position. No thought of putting on something of an attacking nature.
Yeah,
conservative.
Interesting type of kick there. I thought they may have elected to put the ball in the air and try and test Isaac Gordon out early in the contest. But instead they've elected to just find touch, slow things down.
I don't see any point in that sort of kick at this stage of the game. We're not even 5 minutes into the game. You're 40 metres out. You've got to put some pressure on the defence. Isaac Gordon doesn't play fullback all the time. You'd want to test him out early. There was a perfect position there for Jeff Robson just to throw it up, get his blindside chase to go through and put some pressure on.
There's Morris from dummy half going across to Tautai. Work it up towards the 40-metre line, grabbed there by Hindmarsh, Mitchell, and also Shackleton, who were too slow getting off him. Shackleton, the last of the players to leave the tackle. He was too slow in doing so, according to the referee. Great job turning him on to his back, but he just tried to slow him down with the hands on the back there, and the referee said, Shane, you've gone too far.
Well, you really need to test the referees out early in a game to see what they are going to allow in terms of holding down. And Jason Robinson there on that occasion was having nothing of it.
It's Cordoba. Working inside the Para 40. We'll play it here for Morris. With Graham to the left-hand side. There is Douglas, though, taking it forward for a good carry. Picked up plenty of metres right there. Played the ball, wasn't a slow one either. Speed from the Sharks in attack in this set of 6 so far. Good defence, though. Jacob Loco coming up and shutting down Isaac Gordon in a hurry. Nice hands from Ben Pomeroy. And to reach behind him. Now he offloads as well. Gives it back to Gordon, who had Talima Tautai coming with him. He was almost able to get away there from Mitchell. He had some help from Moi and Shackleton. A good thing as well. Douglas digs for the line, but then flings the ball out the back. And he throws it straight to Jared Hayne.
Scrum out here, boys.
Well, he's looking to get heavily involved, Luke Douglas. He's carried the ball strongly already tonight. You don't usually associate offloads in Luke Douglas's game. Here he is charging at the line, going to ground, flicking it out the back. And Jared Hayne was there to clean up. Good start from the Sharks. And I think one of the reasons the Sharks have been successful against Parramatta over the last few years is the fact that they've had a lot of ex-players in their team.
Hang on.
The Sharks have recruited heavily from the Parramatta district, and a lot of their ex-players like to perform well against their former club.
They met twice last season, and the Sharks beat them twice in 2010. Here's Moi working it up. What a strong tackle made by Jason Bakuya. Hit him around the chest and drove him sidewards and backwards. Just outside their 20. 10 in from the touchline halfway through this set of 6. And the Sharks picking up defensively from where they left off last week against the Roosters. Good opening to this one. Mitchell feeds it. It goes across to Hayne now. Now Ben Smith. Good ball. He got it on to Chris Walker, who stumbled awkwardly as he came to the halfway line. He gets up to go again. Hayne gives it to Atkins, who can fly. But he's grabbed there by Tupou and also Gordon. Nice play. They've got one left right here. They go to the left-hand side. They come back to the short side. I can't imagine what they were thinking right there.
No, Casey Maguire looked to his outside, then back to Jared Hayne down the short side. It was a tough one to take. Hayne could only get a hand on it and couldn't drag it in. Nice play, though, by the Eels. Caught the Sharks line, really compressed at that end. Hayne, beautiful pass there to Chris Walker. Walker bounced to his feet. Back to Hayne. And he can go, Atkins, but didn't have the space. Stayed in, did a good job to stay in.
So they survive the scare. Now a wild pass from John Morris. Luckily, Bakuya gets back there to clean it up under some pressure from Casey Maguire. Now Pomeroy into Hindmarsh. Spins him to the ground. Porter footed back towards the midfield for Cordoba to take it up to the 40. Last play here for the Sharks. It might be Porter kicking. It's going to be Graham with that left boot of his, and he also has a good one. And the kick And taken by Jared Hayne just outside his own goal line. Good chase by the Sharks. Graham on his own kick was coming down to look to make an impact, and he pulled out of it, and probably a good thing as well.
I like the enthusiasm, though, of Wade Graham, the way that he launches himself in defence. He can slip upstairs occasionally, but he's trying to inspire his team. One of the best ways, as you can see him there, just attacking the football. Jared Hayne having a high carry, but one of the ways to limit Hayne's involvement is to dominate where you give him the football. And if you can give him the football coming off their own line, they'll have less of an impact on the game of football.
Last tackle for Hayne. Put it high in the air again. Gordon will have to come forward. In fact, he won't get anywhere near it. Neither will Stuart Mills. It bounces back for the Eels. Chris Walker now puts a kick in. I have some doubts about Atkins being onside, and as a result, Gordon has to take it dead. I got away with one there because Jordan Atkins looked to be in front of Chris Walker when he put the kick in.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. If it had have gone upstairs, if Atkins had been able to get to the ball first, I've got no doubt the video referee would have disallowed it because he was offside. There was a good flick out here by Robson, I think it was, that caught the ball just over the top of Anthony Tupou. Maybe not as far offside as what we originally thought. But good play by the Eels to keep things alive. The Sharks, they can't do that too many times. Let the ball bounce.
Seconds, mate.
He went up a mile early, didn't he, Stewie Mills? He came down with nothing, and that's an outstanding dropout.
Goes down to Casey Maguire. Give it to Shackleton. Bring it back, and Ben Pomeroy was up there with the left shoulder, so it was Bakuya and Townsend. Running towards Cordoba and Morris, and he takes it inside the Sharks 30. He absorbed so much pressure last week against the Roosters in that win at Toyota Stadium. They have to absorb some pressure right here as Hayne goes to Porter. For the first time tonight. Had a good tackle once again, Scott Porter. Here's Robson. Ben Smith coming with him. Tupou's there to stop him with some help from Graham. 5 metres out, play number 5 goes to Robson, who will grab it towards Walker off the leg of the Shark. It's going to be the 0 tackle. I'll get 6 more. And only a couple of metres out from the line. Goes back to Hindmarsh, who gives it to Moi Moi. Charging hard and straight. A terrific tackle underneath made by Jason Bakuya. Here's Mitchell feeding it deep. Goes back to Maguire. Nice stop there by Morris on Shackleton. They've soaked up 3 plays in this bonus set of 6. Here is Maguire going out the back for Hayne. Knocked down by Pomeroy. It should be 6 more tackles. In fact, they're going to say...
Pull him off the ball.
There was a Parramatta player pulled off the ball as Morris dived forward.
That was Casey Maguire too. Maguire looking to get back to pick up that loose ball.
Wait there, let me get out of the way, Casey.
Was pulled back by the Sharks player.
Good signs for Parramatta with Chris Walker. He's already had a nice touch tonight, and he's going looking for the ball. Last couple of tackles in that set, he was over on that left side of the field. He's playing right centre, but he was looking to link up with Jared Hayne. That'll be a combination that the Sharks will need to be aware of tonight.
Shackleton playing it. It goes to Maguire. Here's Hayne posted on that left-hand side of the field for the Eels in these opening exchanges. Come back to Robson. Shows it to Hindmarsh. Shows it again to Moi Moi. He works Ben Smith into a beautiful gap. And the launch forward will score the opening try for Parramatta. Lovely play by Jeff Robson. The dummies caught the eyes of the Sharks defenders. He only had to put it on the chest of Smith and he was in.
Well, the penalty was always going to put pressure on the Sharks defence. A repeat set a little earlier really had the Sharks under the pump. Jared Hayne, there's the knockdown. And it was John Morris pushing past Casey Maguire. Beautiful ball play here by Jeff Robson. Waited, got on the outside of Anthony Tupou. And then it was Wade Graham who was forced to come in to make the tackle. Nice show of the ball on the inside. Wade Graham goes to Maguire. That opens up the hole for Ben Smith to slice through.